Evening, ladies and gentlemen. Denny Vaughn here. If you live in the state of Mississippi, we've had this last week. Title of this, The Root of All Evil. As some of you know, living in the city has been an embezzlement scheme recently, and some folks got arrested. Let's look at the facts of this, shall we? Goodness gracious alive. Look at this. Documents. Tens of millions in taxpayer dollars flowed into nonprofit at center of state's largest embezzlement scheme. Ooh. Let's go down a little bit further here, see what happened here. All right. Tens of millions of federal dollars got approved at the highest levels of state government for the organization now at the center of this massive embezzlement scheme, according to federal tax records obtained by three on your side. In 2017, records showed nearly $13 million in federal grant money flowed into the coffers of the Mississippi Community Education Center. The nonprofit organization uses the vehicle for a massive conspiracy and embezzlement scheme. That grant money doubled in 2018 to nearly $27 million. Oh, have mercy, Lord. It's unclear how much of that was actually utilized as intended to help the poorest Mississippians in difficult times ahead. Yeah. Stealing from the poor. What a bunch of class acts. Okay. These documents stand in stark contrast to previous years, where tax forms show the Mississippi Community Education Center brought in, on average, $2.5 million in TAMF funds. All this federal money was approved to be transferred to the nonprofit by the Mississippi Department of Human Services. Okay. Hinds County grand jury indictments show that months after the latest infusion of cash, Nancy New, her son Zachary, and Ann McGrew entered into a conspiracy to steal millions. It goes on. It's believed they did so under the guise of multiple organizations, including the Families First for Mississippi nonprofit organization, which Nancy ran and McGrew served on as Chief Financial Officer, and New Learning, Inc. At that time, the news received high praise, including a mention in former Governor Phil Bryant's State of the State address last year. This Families First platform has become a model of success for thousands of Mississippians and one that is being emulated all across America, Bryant said. The documents show that days after Bryant's speech, those illegal transfers from news began. All right. The court documents detail 6 transfers starting January 18th and ending October 7th, totaling $2.15 million, which went toward investment opportunities in Florida. Shortly after the first transfer, investigators believe then DHS Director John Davis conspired with Nancy New to embezzle more funds, transferring an unreleased amount from MCEC into bank accounts owned by Rise in Malibu, a drug treatment facility, to pay for former professional wrestler Brent DiBiase's opioid treatments. Documents indicate Davis had already conspired with DiBiase and former DHS employee Latimer Smith in November 2018 to pay $48,000 to DiBiase for a professional services contract. Plot keeps on thickening, don't it? During that time, the news transferred another $2 million from MCEC to New Learning Inc., a for-profit institution managed by the news. Ultimately, investigators believe all of this money was used for personal and investment use. While the indictments do not specifically reference Families First for Mississippi, online documentation and the buildings housing these entities show that two are closely associated. And Three on Your Side has confirmed they're managed by the same people. Since news of the indictments broke, Families First website was also taken down. I can hardly imagine why. Well, folks, that's all we got for that one right there. You know, this right here, that's an easy appeal. And you know, greed will get you. And it is without question a cancer on one of the many cancers of the human soul, ladies and gentlemen. It's a crying shame. It really is. You know, but that's life for you. You know, some people, you can't love them, you can't trust them, you can't do anything with them. When you steal from the poor, that's low. Lowest of the low. Well, anyway, we're going to pray with these people to get some salvation. And I know, of course, a certain family is embarrassed right now because they're son of a very prominent man in the Christian world. I'm not going to mention any names because I don't want to embarrass nobody. We already have been. Ladies and gentlemen, without question, this is a sign of the times. Men's hearts are going to wax colder and colder. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for this episode. Keep on tuning in. Have a good night. Thank you.